what's up, guys? We're out here still at the U.S. Army Scholarship Foundation and the National Museum of the United States Army Foundation. These two causes are working They're collaborating together to raise awareness about the United States Army. Tell me how is this scholarship? Why is it important for you to support this cause?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm an Army veteran myself. Came out at West Point, class of '97. So, obviously, I keep the Army in high regard. It was my first job out of high school, and a lot of good memories. I know how well it prepared me for the rest of my life. My service to the nation is very important, and I think that ought to be important for all the young kids that are coming out of college. So whatever we can do to inspire that level of patriotism, that level of service, and prepare them for the rest of what their life is going to be like.
Now, Jeff, I know you're running for Congress. Is this your first active role in public service, or did you?
Well, no. I mean, outside of the military, I spent maybe 5 years when I got out of the service where I pretended to be done with public service, but then I actually started paying attention to politics and started a nonprofit organization about 15 years ago, and have been the founder and executive director of that ever since. So it's nonpartisan, focusing on educating about the Constitution and the roles and responsibilities of citizens under the Constitution, as well as our elected officials and the relationship between the two, to making sure that we are holding them accountable and that they are honoring their oath to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And so now that my kids are older, I have the opportunity now to take it to the next level and continue to serve in the belly of the beast, so to speak.
That's amazing, man. If you go from serving your nation, and then you get out of the service, and then you start serving your community. It seems like that's a wonderful shift, where you go from here to there, and it's something that I think Rob said it best when he said it's something that's like stamped into your heart.
It is. It really is. It's just it becomes a part of your character. Public service is just so important to a lot of the people coming out of West Point and the Army in general. It really takes a heart to serve. Obviously, people are willing to put their life on the line for their fellow man, their brother in arms, their family, and their community. And so, coming out of the Army, it's like, what's next, right?
Yeah. And so, knowing that you're on this journey now, and when do they make the vote for your?
So I first have a primary, and that's going to be in March of 2020.
Okay.
And then after I win the primary, then I'll go on, and the general election will be in November of 2020.
Okay. A lot of my friends in here support you. I noticed that now that we've I've known. This is my first time formally meeting you.
Sure.
So I know your name's been out there, and you have this great support from several people in this community. From now that I'm recollecting, and some of my friends support you. So I want you to know that's fantastic. Now that this journey has come to light, what are 3 things that it's taught you?
3 things that this running for office.
You're running for office, yes.
Well, I think one of them is public service is public service. It's always about the people, and this is not really just learning it. It's really just an extension of what I've learned along the way, right? So it doesn't matter. The policies are policies. The politics are politics, but really it's principle over politics, and it's people for first and foremost. So we're still here to serve. My bosses will be the public, and so we always have to keep that in mind. What the ultimate mission is, right?
Right.
So another thing is politics is hard, right? It's something that. Coming out of a nonpartisan organization like the Army or my organization, which is called the Patriot Coalition.
That's what the name was.
Yeah, it's called the Patriot Coalition. Politics is different, right? It gets pretty edgy, right? And so, learning and managing the expectations around that is something that I'll be learning, along the way. But again, my service to in the Army has taught me well, and that'll carry me through. Maybe a third thing, would be it's just going to be a challenge to to put myself out there as a public person, right? In the past, it's been all about staying behind the scenes, just getting the work done. Now I'm kind of out there in the forefront, and so that's initially not a comfortable thing for me, just because it's always been about other people, and so I'll struggle with that probably till the day I die. Just to be candid.
Well, you know what? First of all, I want to tell you thank you for your service to our
nation. It's my honor.
Thank you for your service to our community as well. People like you, people like Alan Clark and Travis Kelly, and all these. Everyone that's probably here is in some capacity doing great. They're engaged in their community, which is really good for us.
Yeah, this is a great group of folks. I just highly encourage people to get involved and to support armed services wherever you can. So thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir. I'll be following you closely.
Appreciate it.